From the Standing Stone Farm Studio right outside downtown Nashville, it's time for the most ridiculous sports podcast in the world. So sit back, relax, and listen as Bobby Butler and Brandon Bond crack open a cold one and talk all things hockey, pop culture, and complain about everyday situations. It's the Pucks Out Podcast on the Penalty Box Radio Network.
Welcome into another episode, and also welcome into the new year, more than likely.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're
listening on the day this drops.
You're like craving us right before the new year, but otherwise, Happy New Year.
Yeah, welcome into 2021. Let's hope it's better than the last. I'm Bobby. He's Brandon.
Hello. Happy New Year.
Yeah. You can find us on the three majors of social media at Pucks Out Pod. Now let's crack open a cold beer, in which we are actually recording this immediately after last week's.
So cracking back open the
eggnog.
Eggnog. It's back. And it's not bad. It's growing on me. I wish I could have more than just, I'm at my house, but I'm not staying here. So wish I could have more than this cup here. You know?
Well, you got this cup for later. The big one.
Right, the one I'm hiding. You need a little continuity for the folks at home.
But with holiday season so busy, we are not available to record next week. So we are recording back-to-back episodes. So this episode's a little bit different.
Playing injured. Playing hurt for you guys.
We covered all the news in the last episode, so not much.
We are pretty amazing. But we do not know the future.
I can type in, see if there's any updates.
We're going to check for the updates for you guys. This is live on-air updates.
There is. Oh, wait, no, that was from 8 hours ago. We just didn't talk about it.
We didn't talk about it, but got a little news.
They moved the Washington Panthers game. They flexed it to a late afternoon kickoff instead of a noon kickoff. So
okay, so there's your news update. Hey, still fighting for a championship. Hopefully by the time that you're listening to this, you'll know that I've won the ship is what I'm hoping. But again, future is not foretold. I'm not a fortune teller. So,
and my Washington football team, they still fight for home field advantage.
Should we just treat this episode as if everything that we want in sports has happened?
Yeah, even going forth like past when it's going to air.
Colts lost to the Steelers. Yeah. Titans dominated the Packers. That was a sick game.
Pretty sure Derrick Henry locked in the MVP spot. 8 rushing touchdowns.
800, I think is what it was. It was 800 rushing touchdowns.
It was 800 rushing yards.
Oh. Yeah. See, I'm always confusing that, the 8 and the 8. Always get. But it was crazy. Ryan Tannehill also 600 passing yards in the game.
It was wild.
And 6 touchdown passes, so...
Washington locked in the division leader, and
every other NFC East team quit. They're not playing anymore.
Yeah, they're done. So, in fact, the rest of the NFC called it quit. So Washington is the conference champ.
Bane got a hold of Jerry World, and that's now gone. Yeah. So, hey, a man can dream for the last week of 2020, right? It's. Everybody's like, 2020 is finally almost over. It's like,
what if this is just the beginning?
This is. I saw somebody post this the other day. 2021 :2022, and it's TWO. That's a little scary in the fact that it's probably more correct than it is wrong. So
yeah. And, you brought up the Bane scene from Batman. Someone said a while ago, but Roger Goodell would definitely do the thing where if he was the commissioner of that league, he'd be like, I'm pretty sure you guys can still play.
Yeah. You're only missing that portion of the field.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still have both end zones.
Just run around it. Yeah. I was born into COVID. You think there's going to be kids that are saying shit like that? Like you
COVID babies?
Little, you think that this is a sickness? I was born into COVID. Yeah. I was bred in it.
This isn't a voice I'm doing. I have to live with this breathing machine.
This is constant. I had COVID. I don't know what people sound like after COVID. Yeah. Some normally, I'm sure, but some, I'm sure, have some. They probably took the vaccine.
Crocodiles.
Our boy Bolsonaro got him.
Yeah. All right. So let's move into our main. I guess we're jumping right into our. Well, I guess how are you for the last 20 minutes since we since I last asked?
Doing okay, Bobby. I'm making it through the 20 minutes pre to this. Not dreading doing this episode or anything. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Let's get it closed out for the year. But something that you did not mention to the folks at home. This is episode 50.
Yeah.
That is a big milestone, I'm sure.
Half 100 for those of you that don't know what 50 is.
And I think it's a big milestone just that we've been able to do it with each other that whole time, and neither one of us has once stormed out.
Yeah. In fact, we signed up to spend more time each other, do it with D&D.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, we'll do another day of the week.
We'll do, yeah. So happy 50th episode to you, my friend.
You too, buddy. And we'll in 2 weeks it'll be 52.
52 full year, a year's worth. We didn't miss one. Hey, all those corporations and everybody that kind of sold you hanging high and dry, and the government, just remember, we've been here strong for you all year. So just remember that when you're making out your Christmas cards.
All right. So our main topic last week, we did best of 2020 sports. We're ending off on a high note. Best of 2020, just everything.
Yeah. There was not a lot, Bob.
Yeah. This list was a lot shorter than the sports one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But there were some good moments and some things that in any other year would have been bad, but in the scope of things weren't that bad.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is an easy year.
Yeah.
We did not have a meteor hit the Earth. I mean, that's a positive. It can't be happening on the best of 2020.
Before we say that, we should make sure.
Double check on the...
I think it's a meteorite when it hits the Earth.
Oh, look at Mr. Science. Dude, I didn't know this was a nerd podcast now.
Let's see.
There was no life-altering, devastating
one
meteorite.
did hit somewhere on the outskirts of California on Election Day. Which is kind of 2020. I mean,
man.
So, yes, not a big meteorite. But we're starting off with something that I think, honestly, deserves the most amount of praise this year. And that is the work and charity and the money put forth by Dolly Parton, dude. And as Tennesseans, she's in the pantheon for Tennesseans and most Southerners and honestly most Americans. She's an American treasure.
She is. That was exactly the word I was looking for. An American treasure. Dolly Parton. Not enough can be said. I mean, this is way pre 2020, but obviously 2020 as well. But her reading programs that she's
Imagination
put forth,
Library or something like that,
and all these different things that she's done for Tennessee in particular. But like you said, Americans.
Yeah. And even last year, was it last year or the year before with the Gatlinburg fires? I mean, she was a huge contributor to bringing back one of Tennessee's biggest tourist areas.
Yeah. So enough can't be said about her. I'm glad that she was top of the list. The next one we have on here is not something I ever got into nor plan on getting into.
But most people did.
Yeah.
And many people forget that, this happened this year. It still happened. Tiger King. And now it might be good or it might be bad. Many people believe that was actually when the year got that was the beginning of the downfall.
It was Tiger King's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when lockdown was starting to happen and lots of folks got into Tiger King, and my parents are late to the game. They're talking about Tiger King now. And I can't talk about it. I'm not downing people for watching it. I just had zero interest in watching it.
Yeah, so did I. I 100% thought it would be dumb, and then I'm 2 episodes and I'm like, holy shit. This is garbage television, but I'm loving it.
But I love it. What up, Tiger King? Yeah, no, I feel like that would also be the way I was if I got into it. I just want more of the reason probably why I didn't get into it. So, but yeah, I mean, I would say that it's been a best of 2020, no doubt.
Something that I feel like not enough people talked about. The Pentagon literally confirmed the existence of UFOs.
Yeah, but a UFO is just an unidentified flying object. Like, obviously they're...
Okay, but it's their wording. They unidentified aerial phenomena. It's the phenomena that I'm like, well, that's a big difference than just an unidentified vehicle that we don't know. It could be, but
Yeah, it's just politics
yeah,
talk,
I
bro.
get that. But the fact that you're the Pentagon, you should know what that is. Like people like,
Maybe.
and well, the crazier thing is that like because it was a live video, it wasn't just like taken from a telescope. It
It's
was live
just-
video from
It's just other countries' drones,
yeah,
bro.
But the fact that the pilot filming it was like, this thing is not following. Like there is no country that should have anything this fast. It shouldn't be making turns like that. And like, listen,
I've brought up on many occasions. You got to watch out for China.
But no, and listen, I'm not it's aliens, but it's wild that it didn't get enough.
Aliens. It was on you saw this on the History Channel, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. So it's just a wild thing that like it literally, and that's how 2020 has been. It was in the news for 20 minutes and then something happened, probably on Twitter. And yeah.
Twitter just kind of shut it all down. I'm guessing this article is from the Pentagon. I don't need to clear. Okay. Yeah, I mean the pure fact that a election speech happened at a landscaping place. I thought that was
next to a sex store and across the street from a
Yeah, 4-season total landscape. I'm betting their business has been booming.
Oh,
since
people are
then.
buying. People on both sides of the aisle are buying their shirts, and because they're playing into it.
Yeah, I mean it was funny. You know, it was a common mistake that could be made by anybody, and it just so happened to Rudy Giuliani.
Seriously though, could it happen to anybody? Could it? Like, could it? Because
I mean, it depends on who booked it, and you know, I mean,
you're calling. I mean, this is
I'm not
multiple
saying
levels
that-
of. I disagree with that. It could happen to. It could only happen to Rudy Giuliani. That's the only person this could happen to.
That's the only way it makes sense. Yeah, no, I'm just saying if it's just some kid calling and just like book this, and they Google 4C, and it's the first thing that comes up, and they just call and they're like, "We just want to book," and they're like. Okay.
What room do you guys have available? The back
parking lot. Like we can move the backhoe. Yeah, I think you're up.
Yeah. Kanye West running for president, and I know I say this in Tennessee, and I'm going to annoy a lot of people because Tennessee had the most votes for Kanye. 10,000 votes came from the state of Tennessee, which beat California at 8,000, but California, a lot more people than Tennessee.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's wild that, he followed through on it and got as many votes as he did.
To be fair, he's probably the only politician that has broken none of his campaign promises, which from what I could tell was nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the kind of guy I want. Like, promise me nothing. Just say you're running for president. Maybe we'll get an album out of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's really what I'm hoping for. You know, a Kanye for prez. What would have happened if that man would have won? You know, it would have been anarchy or the greatest decision America ever made.
Yeah. Listen, here's the thing. Everyone's bashing it, but I'm sure people thought the same thing when Ronald Reagan, just an actor, was like, I'm going to run for president.
Yeah. I mean, he probably had a few more platform ideas and you know, wasn't he governor for? He was governor of
maybe.
California, but whatever. But that's what we thought when Arnold Schwarzenegger, when the governor ran for
and guess
for
what?
office.
He was a decent governor.
Go Chargers, go!
Yeah, like he Schwarzenegger was a decent governor, and when he speaks, he's actually like, you listen to him, he's like, oh, he's actually a smart guy. Now, same can't always be said about when Kanye speaks.
Yeah, that is true. That is accurate. Working from home, that became a much bigger part of a lot of people's lives. Yeah. And for those of you that got that pleasure and we realize, oh, the sky didn't fall out. Yeah. People can just do their jobs at home.
Yeah. My wife got moved to permanently working from home now.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm not, I have zero idea, but for the foreseeable future, I'm most certainly working from home. So I really do enjoy that aspect of things. Yeah. A lot less mileage on the cars.
Yeah. I remember when it first started, people were in an uproar saying, well, you still need to wear professional things so that you feel like you can do things. It was insane. The amount of people thought that it would be the downfall of, I guess, America was working from home.
Yeah, right. That was the portion.
Yeah.
That was the downfall. But obviously all of the fringe benefits that came from that for obviously the people that got to, but the pollution was so down this year. I mean, I drove not a lot this year at all. So
I drove the same amount.
Yeah, you drove about the same amount. So
probably more this year since I'm driving here for the pod.
Yeah, that's a choice.
Yeah. Hey man, this is a full-time job.
This is a full-time job that we don't get paid for.
Yeah. it has benefits.
We get obviously.
That I
we
pay
enjoy
for.
it.
That we pay for.
Yeah. I mean, we pay for the benefit, but we benefit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spending more time with your dogs or animals, cats, whatever. If you got a snake or a lizard, more than likely your cats are probably not happy about this whole thing. Dogs are loving.
Yeah.
Yes. Dogs have no idea what's happening. All they know is that it's awesome.
This is happening.
Yeah.
God, it's happening. They're going to be very upset when regular life kind of starts.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of dogs with separation anxiety.
Yeah. Depression, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
PTSD, other things that happen.
Yeah.
First time in recorded history, there's been an increase in the tiger and elephant population.
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, yeah, that's awesome.
And I think it mainly has to do with the fact that poachers aren't traveling as much.
Right.
Which is odd. You would think that, listen, I'm grateful, but people who are illegally hunting animals, the fact that they care more about, the coronavirus than they do.
Well, there's travel restrictions, Bobby.
Well, something tells me that poachers can afford a private jet places.
Yeah.
You're telling me they can't get in and out of the Sahara without being tracked? The people who are poaching elephants?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the poaching world.
I mean, I think aren't you going poaching up in East Tennessee soon?
I am. I will be poaching. I'll be poaching a ram, which is sick, but
it's not poaching.
I get to drive.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, call it poaching if you want. I mean, I'll have all my permits.
Yeah. You'll get up there, the sheriff of Nottingham, and it's like, "Oh, you were arrested for poaching, sir."
What is the sheriff? The sheriff was within the cartoon movie where they're all animals. He was like a lion.
I'm not sure. I don't remember that. Yeah. I think I watched the Robin Hood animated one once.
Yeah, that was a really good movie, by the way. So should watch it more than once.
Listen,
Bobby.
I love Robin Hood. Kevin Costner is the one and only.
Oh, the dude that was wearing tights.
Yeah,
huge fan of that.
I mean, it's Kevin Costner.
Okay, so yeah, I think this one's actually you.
Yeah. Listen, I have yet to see it.
Yeah.
But my wife loves it, and so does everyone else in this world. But Hamilton made it to the masses.
Couldn't get through the first 10 minutes. If we're being honest.
So here's my thing with it is that my wife listened to the soundtrack on repeat for months to the point where I knew all the songs very well before I even started it. And I was like, I'm not getting into this. And I can't do plays like that.
Yeah, I would see. It's almost like I would rather go and see it.
Yeah, and
on
that's
Broadway,
what I told her.
And that seems like that's the medium that it's supposed.
Yeah, like
I could not.
Like my mom and wife already agreed that after COVID, they're going to go to New York and see it on Broadway. And they were like, "Well, Bob," and I was like, "No, I'll go." Like I feel like that is an experience.
That's where
I'm
it's
all
meant to
for
be.
an experience that I can go, I can drink at, I can get rowdy. I
don't know that you're allowed to get rowdy at a musical. You can probably drink, but the rowdy just doesn't seem like Hamilton. They're like, shut up.
Defense. Just booing the bad guy.
Make fiat money. But a lot of people did love that, and that was really cool for a lot of people that may never ever have that opportunity to actually go see it.
And it kind of coincides, the fact that they've been on Disney Plus kind of coincides with this next one.
Yeah, Mando season 2.
I didn't see that one. I was going to the next one after that, but yeah, Mando season 2.
So Mando season 2.
Amazing.
I haven't finished it yet, so no spoilers. It's the epitome of
what Star Wars we wanted.
Exactly. It's the one, and everybody said you'd never be able to make something that'll appease old Star Wars fans and new Star Wars fans. It turns out that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau can, because you can absolutely do this. People are not asking for absurd things when they wanted things in the Star Wars universe. It was relatively simple things that you could do. And this is exactly it.
Yeah.
That is taking, even in the first season, never really hit on much of the original lore. It kind of took on its own. I mean, it used the Empire falling and all that good stuff. But this season, they've kind of brought in some outskirt characters that we wanted to see, and it has been absurdly good. And you look forward to anything else and it shows you that the last 3 movies could have been better.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, and also the cast in Mando, Giancarlo Esposito kills it, dude. So good.
You talking about Gus Fring?
Yeah.
Yeah, he kills it. But I mean,
Loco Polo.
Let's not discount my boy.
Pedro.
I mean, Pedro Pascal been.
And Carl Weathers.
No, I mean, Carl Weathers kind of coming up out of the depths there.
Yeah.
There really hasn't been one scene in which I'm like, man, they probably could have done better. Rosario Dawson playing, no spoilers.
There are a couple scenes. I think that I can't remember her name. Gina Carrera. She's not a very good actress, and I don't.
Are you talking about Cara Dune?
Yeah, she's not a very good.
She's
actress.
not. I don't think she's a super great actress, but I think that she fits the role of
No, and I get that, but you listen. You're working with what you got, especially when you're working with the mouse. But anyway, movies getting released on HBO Max.
Yeah, I think 1984 Wonder Woman is coming out.
Literally, my sister-in-law, she was like, "Oh, who wants to go to the movies? You know, movies opening." I'm like, "Well, maybe."
No.
But one of the best things about all this, I hate the movie theater.
Me too.
The movie theater's overrated.
We did go to Alamo.
Yes, that's a dope ass.
That's
theater.
our spot, dude.
Yeah.
That's our spot.
But I was like, I have HBO Max. Like, we can watch it. Like, I can give you my login. We can all watch it rather than like pay $12-15 a ticket plus popcorn plus drinks
plus healthcare bills afterward.
yeah plus that and I kind of like, hey, you just told us how you really couldn't find insurance on the .gov, so maybe going to the movie theater ain't great right now.
Yeah, it's probably not a great call, Bob.
But yeah, so I'm super excited to be able to watch 1984 on Christmas Day, maybe day after Christmas, watch it at home.
Yeah.
So
that sounds
gonna
cool.
be awesome.
Water being found on Mars. That's super awesome. That's super awesome. So there was a lot of good sprinkled throughout the bad this year. You know, obviously, heart goes out to everybody affected by this. Not that we all weren't. Some more than others, though. You know, so
there's a lot of empty seats at the dinner table this Christmas.
Yeah,
and our hearts go out to all those who lost someone, or just dealing with the long-term repercussions of this virus that we don't truly know yet.
Yeah, and we hope that if you listened one time or you're a seasoned listener that listens to every episode, we hope that we could bring you a minuscule amount of joy this year in an otherwise bleak and dark year. So hopefully 2021 will be better for all of us, but it will be better for each of you individually as well.
Yeah. But all right, let's move to some good and to some funny. We got Joke of the Week.
I don't know if I would classify this as good, Bobby, but yes, we're going to move to the Joke of the Week.
The weird.
Corey Perry. See, I don't like this.
Wild.
I think the first read was a good one. Now I'm overthinking it.
Outlandish.
Each sixth chick sat on a stick. Little tongue twister.
And downright dumb.
You're kidding me.
It's time for the Joke of the Week.
All right, this one comes out of Knoxville.
Knox Vegas, baby.
And that will be the UTK football team. Oh, no.
Tennessee grandmother accused of stealing grandchild's Christmas present. Come on, man. What a joke. What a joke. I read down through here. A Nintendo Switch. That's definitely going for meth, right? That was going for meth.
Was it a grandmother or the grandmother that took it? Well, I'm just saying, like, is it just a grandma?
It's her own, her own grandchild's gift.
Who called the cops on this?
Investigators said the present was snatched from under the Christmas tree, prompting victims to report the crime on December 18th. The detective on the case said Amy Best swiped a Nintendo Switch that was later found at a Winfield pawn
I'm
shop.
so confused by all of this.
Yeah, well...
What is the family dynamic?
Meth.
Yeah.
Meth is the dynamic, Bobby. They got a methed out grandma, and they're like, all right, the Switch is gone. Well, clearly, I think Amy Best was her name. Amy Best, she's the worst, and then take it to the pawn shop. Like, come on, man, your dealer would have absolutely taken that. No problem. Oh my gosh. So to close out 2020, it is, it's been a wild joke of the week ride. I think we started with a basketball team getting beat like 100 and something to 2.
Yeah.
We're going to finish with a stolen Switch from Grandma.
Yeah. But we also can't end this year without the biggest joke of the year.
Okay.
Mr. James Dolan.
James Dolan. Hey, shout out. Joke of the week brought to you by James Dolan. Our only 2-time joke of the weeker. And hopefully 2021 gets back roaring in full force and he's able to do more stupid shit.
Yeah.
Because when everything kind of shut down, that really hurt our joke of the week portion. James Dolan wasn't doing dumb stuff.
Publicly.
Joke of the week suffered.
Right?
Yeah. And, but yeah, so joke of the week was fun. We would love to, obviously we're always open to suggestions. If you've got a good joke of the week, we have no discrepancy in what we pick. We just kind of go through and just find a stupid article that we can joke about.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what's happening in that Florida place where the land is owned.
Maybe starting next year we can do like a Where Are They Now series.
Where Are They Now joke of the week? Okay, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's find out about that basketball team. And we will call it Joke of the Week, brought to you by James Dolan, Blast from the Past.
All right, we got some questions from the internet. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. And I have zero context on this because I didn't do any of the appropriate research that went along with it. Do you think you could throw a football farther than a 1940s Heisman winner?
I mean,
I have.
Do we have the answer to know? Like,
there is no specific answer.
No, what I'm saying is we know how far a 1940s Heisman winner can throw
Yeah,
a
no,
ball.
that was what I said. I didn't do the requisite research.
Yeah.
What's your thought process? I'm going to look up 1940 Heisman winners.
I mean, in high school when I was playing ball and used to just throw the ball around, I was able to throw it like, I don't know, like 50, 60 yards. I mean, I was a lineman, so I didn't have the best arm strength. It wasn't something I worked out, but I mean, I feel like 60 yards could possibly beat a 1940s, especially since it wasn't much of a throwing game then.
Yeah, see, that's more what I'm wondering.
I didn't even think about that aspect. Like, they might say throwing the ball. What are we, some British soccer players?
They're like, I can out pitch this guy, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, the Heisman didn't really start until 1935. So 1940s. Let's see, we got a halfback, quarterback. All right, look up Angelo Bertelli. And we got a Les Horvath. He was dual. He was halfback and quarterback. And then Johnny Lujack is also a quarterback. And then that was it for the 40s on quarterbacks. There was a halfback punter that won the Heisman, though.
Let's see. So let's go look real quick. Angelo Bertelli's passing stats. In 1946, he had 67 completions for 917 yards. They don't have his longest completed. Oh, they didn't even start keeping track of longest completed passes until 1975.
So we get to just make this up.
So his official stats is 0.
Yes, I definitely could. I would say, these guys could probably hurl it, but like you said, it was a different game. Maybe I have a better technique than they do. I'm going to go with yes, since we have no way of knowing for sure.
Yeah. In fact, I put money on it, and if any 1940s Heisman quarterback wants to come challenge us, I will put you in the ground, bro.
I will square you up with absolutely no regard for you or your Heisman Trophy. I'll take your Heisman Trophy.
I will do it with both arms tied behind my back.
I will stomp and kick your headstone if you come at me. So the answer for both, I guess we're going to go with yes, because we cannot look as any good journalists do. If we can't be proven wrong, then technically we're right. Yeah. So yes. What do you got for me, Bob?
Would you rather permanently be on stilts or permanently have a foam finger on each hand?
Foam finger, I think.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, the stilts
would get
is
ridiculous.
Yeah, you'd have to get a bigger bed. I mean,
walking inside?
Yeah, I mean,
walking upstairs?
You just have to driving?
Yeah.
I mean,
no, that's off the table.
Yeah, to be fair, you just could run places because you're on stilts. So
it seems very slow. It doesn't seem easy to walk on stilts.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem easy to throw the football farther than the 1940 Heisman guy either. Actually. But yeah, I mean, so things happen. No, I mean, the foam finger would obviously be annoying and you would really have to change up your eating habits. But I think I'd love it for some
lots of
wing eating.
Oh, yeah.
Soup. You're just, so you're picking up the full bowl. I was like, what? You're going to run your finger down into the thing? And so I would definitely say.
And the cool thing about foam is it's foam. You can carve into it and make it into, you can do things.
Yeah, that seems like it's cheating. You got to get one of the number one finger. Although I would like the claw hands, the Preds claw hands foam, because that'd be cool.
Now, what if you get it and it's like the rock and roll foam fingers?
Okay, that'd be dope too. Yeah. I feel like the rule is you can switch up every day.
Okay.
You
have a different foam finger.
Yeah, but it's got to be, you can't re-alter the foam to make it more. Okay.
You're about to get in a fight, you grab the Hulk foam fingers.
Yeah, right. You can do that. That's acceptable. But no, you got to know, I think you only get a limit of 2 changes per day. So you got to be careful when you bust out the Hulk hands.
You're ready to throw down.
You got to be ready to fight. You're like, bro, you just put on the Hulk hands.
And tell you what, though, they make the ones with the Hulk hands where you can put a beer
in.
See,
that's what, that would be pretty much my go-tos.
Yeah.
Because
those are my
fighting.
default. Yeah.
That's my drinking hands.
Yeah. Now, it's going to get real annoying when we go to hockey games and we both have those on. We're like, we can't get the phone out to show you the ticket.
Yeah,
just take our word for it.
Yeah.
But they know. They still know us.
You're the dudes with the Hulk hands.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah.
Yeah. And throw back to last week. You're the guys that brought a gun in for your guy.
He's got the gun on him right now.
Yeah.
We're actually looking at him. We're
people that listen to
FaceTiming
this
him.
like, wait, what?
They're like, whoa, I missed the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
So a lot has happened in a week.
Much like Die Hard, our Christmas episode had a lot of guns.
Well, and the real problem for us is normally we don't even remember what we talked about the previous week. But since we're recording it immediately after, now we get all these recall. They're like, I've never heard them recall anything. Yeah. We have one guy pushing this episode, our episodes to his buddy. He's like, bro, you don't have to have listened you don't have to have listened to the previous episodes to know what's going on. And now,
God damn it.
Now we got all these inside jokes. he's like, they're doing inside jokes now. What the hell?
All right, hit us with the third one.
Okay. And mine is really dependent on some factors. What would you trade a 3-year-old baby for?
I'm assuming not my 3-year-old baby, correct? Just someone else.
There's lots of factors, because if it's my 3-year-old baby, I'm thinking pretty much anything. And if it is somebody else's 3-year-old baby, just enough money to be able to stay clear of these people. Yeah. So not an answer.
I mean,
not a lot. I'd just trade a 3-year-old straight up.
Yeah,
no problem.
Yeah, just. I'm trading it for not having one.
Yeah. I mean, just like, yeah.
Cool. Cool. On the house.
Yeah. Let's say that.
But realistically, if we have to put a dollar amount on a human baby.
Yeah. I think that the market is saying.
Yeah. Should I Google the going price of a baby?
Do not Google that. Do not Google that. We're almost done with the second episode. A SWAT bust in right now is not good. I'm imagining it somewhere like a black market human baby, 3-year-old baby.
$25,000.
Yeah, I would say that's probably fair. I mean,
considering
not
that,
for the person.
I believe
paying
the
for
average
baby.
adoption cost, the legal adoption cost, is about $11,000.
The problem is the 3-year-old part. People usually want a new baby.
Yeah,
when they're stealing it.
So, How can I say this without getting too wild?
We're already well deep past the wild point.
What?
I think just say
Are
it.
there specifics about the baby that would drive the cost up or down?
Ooh, like are they quiet?
Yeah.
Like if they're loud or they're quiet. Yeah, I would say that would factor in for sure. But to be fair, you're probably not just selling to the family. That's too close to it. You got to find a baby broker to kind of broker the deal, to fence the baby to.
Yeah.
So they probably don't care. It's probably on them. That's the route I'm going to go.
Where do you go to a pawn shop?
To like trade it? If you're going to actually have to trade it for some good.
Is there like a baby trader? Like there's an auto trader?
Yeah, I would imagine that there's, some dark web-esque type of stuff like that we, again, don't want to try to delve into and get into. But I'm not sure if there's like somewhere, like, in fantasy football, you can like value out trades on specific website. I'm not sure if they have that kind of thing for baby, where you just put in the baby's stats and then, it'll shoot out a number like a blue book for babies. Like a like 3-year-olds are definitely not going to fetch as much. A loud 3-year-old not going to fetch as much as a quiet newborn.
We'll call it Bobby and Brandon's blue book.
I feel like putting our name on it is probably not as smart unless
put someone else's name on it.
Yeah,
Ryan
exactly.
Sassa's blue book.
Ryan Sassa's baby blue book. Need a price?
Yeah.
Call me twice.
Is it in fair shape, like new?
Right. Is it a little malnourished?
I know you don't like the word, but is it in mint condition?
Yeah. Is it malnourished? You gotta nurse this baby back. I'm not sure. So the answer is depending on the baby situation. How desperate am I?
Yeah, but I think ballpark $30,000.
$30,000. I would not give up a baby for less than $30K. Yeah. That's just the businessman in me, though.
Yeah. All right. If you were in an open field with an aluminium bat, how many 10-year-olds with bike helmets could you take down before they got you?
Yeah, I love how it throws the bike helmet. Does that mean we have to hit him in the helmet?
I think it's so that this isn't explicitly talking about murdering children. We can sell them. We're not going to murder them.
Right. Well, trade them, Bobby. Yeah. Don't be crass.
Well, see, this is what you do when they get too old to trade. You put them in the baseball field.
You put them in the field. Yeah. Okay. Well, obviously, we don't want to murder anybody. And I guess a disclosure, which it is 2020, we also don't want to sell babies. We don't have any access to 3-year-olds to trade.
Yeah.
We get access. We'll let you know. We'll bring it back up. But I'm absolutely not going for headshots anyway. There's no suffering in that. I'm going for knee shots.
See, that seems like a lot of reach, though. They're short.
Well, see, but you get a low golf swing, dude, and you just follow through. That's like 6 knees right there. And you also gotta factor in, Bobby, and what I don't think that you are factoring in. If I just knock a 10-year-old kid in the head and he passes out, there's no fear factor for that for the other kids. Whereas if you have 3 10-year-olds screaming bloody murder, that's going to make the next few 10-year-olds think about coming and getting close.
So, see, I would go for the knockout because then it starts to create like a body,
you're talking about a wall.
Bodies. And then you can back up and you can kind of eliminate them coming from one way.
I'm getting a screaming wall, though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm getting them screaming.
Now, question.
And each time one comes, I'm grabbing maybe a little gut shot. Boom, right into the pile.
This clearly says one bat, I think. But
yeah.
Would you rather have the one bat that you can control with 2 hands or dual wield bats? And you don't have as much control, but you can whop, whop, whop.
No, I'm thinking because 10-year-olds are wily. Okay. And especially if they kind of figure out some game plan on you, I think that you need the one because you can still control some 10-year-olds with a hand and still get some hits in. I feel like that's going to be necessary to your strategy here. I think the dual wield would be great early on, but then you'd get tired. And I feel like that's the requirement is you've got to continue with the dual. For us, I think
the conditioning is
it's going to be key.
Yeah, the condition is the downfall here.
10-year-olds are going to be a lot more.
And there's so many of them. Like once you get up to like 100, 150 of them down on the ground. Yeah. I mean,
I think the real answer here, it's got to be like 50 to 60.
Yeah.
Right. And I think even that is pushing our limits a little bit.
Because here's the thing, 10-year-olds, especially nowadays, they're getting bigger.
And swinging a bat it'll take its toll. Yeah. I mean, it's not like we're just going to be able to continuously swing, and they're not going to just come one by one and let us destroy them with this bat.
Now, how many 10-year-olds do you think a 1940s Heisman Trophy winner can take out?
Oh, less than us.
Yeah.
Less than us.
Because they don't have that
no
stat.
doubt. There's no stats on it. So,
Yeah.
so I can't guarantee that they could beat us in it, but I can guarantee that they'll never be able to prove beating us in it.
Yeah.
So
Now, how many 10-year-olds could you take out if you were on stilts with a baseball bat?
probably less than 0.
Less?
I would fall.
Yeah, speaking of that, the bat, they can't reach them if you're on stilts.
Yeah. Well, that and like the first swing, I'd actually swing
fall.
back, hit my head, I'd go off balance. I'm done. 10-year-olds win the battle.
Yeah.
So
Now, is there another, obviously, you can't say gun, another weapon, a blunt weapon like that you think would be better for the job? Do you think a 9-iron would be better just because of
No.
you can whip it? You can
the bend, it would eventually break when you catch a helmet. Boom,
Yeah.
you're effed in this little battle. I would say something like probably like a bow staff though, but that seems more like an actual weapon. rather
that's
than,
a straight up weapon.
Yeah, so maybe like Charlie's rat bat. No, but yeah, I mean, I guess bats are versatile.
Yeah.
Bats are very, very versatile. So it's hard to go wrong with a bat when you're battling 10-year-olds.
Yeah, I feel like, and technically it's a tool. A sledgehammer would be good too. Just
no, I feel like that's too heavy of emotion on the end. If it was 5 to 10-year-olds, sure, that's going to cause a lot more pain. But I feel like you're going to be wearing yourself out very quickly. I'm not going even for a heavier aluminum bat. I'm going for
you got to go for a lighter one.
I'm going for a lighter one. Maybe
you
not as much
You want to hear
reach.
that ding on each one.
Maybe not as much reach, but again, a lot more control, and it's not the conditioning is gonna be very key.
And
for
you
the
also
the
you
fight.
got to make sure you got good quality cleats for this.
Cleats are gonna be.
You got to keep your ground. You got to keep your center of mass low on this.
What I think about that's more of like you're preparing for it. More of what I'm thinking is like you're kidnapped. And like they toss you into this ring and they just toss you a bat. And then all these 10-year-olds come running at you. And then you're just ching, ching,
and let's hope they didn't buy all these 10-year-olds when they were 3 and trained them for this.
Oh, see, then we're effed.
Yeah.
We're effed. If they're
because they know we sold them.
If they're they told them about it.
Yeah.
They said, hey, aren't those the guys?
That was the punishment.
They said, hey, aren't those the guys that run Ryan Sass's Blue Books for babies? Weren't you?
Ryan did it. He's the one who bought. Yeah.
Brian's gonna have people like egging his house as a baby seller. And we'll know if he listened to the episode or not.
Yeah.
Because then if he's like, I don't know why these people are yelling at me that I sell
Well, you
babies.
should.
Well, that's really on you then, buddy.
Well, we blasted all your information to the public.
Yeah, we gave your address.
Yeah. All right, so let's move into what are you binging? No new shows since last week, since it was about 30 minutes ago. Instead, I'm going to do a food and a drink, like
I did last week.
Yeah. But last night, my wife and I had a real good dinner. We went out for Christmas dinner. We decided, we've been in the house a lot. There's a restaurant in Nashville called Jeff Ruby's, very nice, taking COVID really seriously. We went there. Some amazing Japanese Wagyu steak, melt in your mouth. It is amazing. They had some dope sushi there. Also had myself a good bit of Guinness there. And that you can't go. I can't go wrong with some good Guinness, especially Christmas time. This is the best time of year for a Guinness.
So I got grazing. It hasn't really started yet, but I'm knowing that by this time next week, I'm going to be doing a lot of snack grazing, as I traditionally will do. So that could be a lot of things. This dip made out of like the Christmas trees to dip like animal crackers in it.
Okay.
Like the cake trees. Very, very good. Peanut butter balls. I'm sure Oreo balls will make an appearance. Sausage balls are there.
Yeah, I love me some sausage balls.
Chips and dip. Always a good option. Going to be doing at some point doing some Reubens. My mom makes she makes a dope
one of my favorite sandwiches.
homemade Reuben, dude.
Reuben is one of my favorite. That and French dips, the best.
She straight absolutely kills it too. Yeah. Because I would never go out and just buy a Reuben, but dude, they're really good.
I think after the new year we should do a sandwich draft.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I would definitely be okay with that. And then I'm definitely going to watch some Christmas Vacation. Love Christmas Vacation. It's the best Christmas movie to me.
I'll be honest, I never got into the whole series. Like, I never liked any of those movies.
Yeah, that's because you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie. So this is on you, not on me, Bobby. Don't blame me for your shortcomings. No, I get it. Some people don't.
And it's not that I hate it. It's just I watch. Sure. I'm like, well, it's decent. It's a one-time watch.
I do love T-Dot. Been killing it with their signs and said, Cousin Eddie says Twitter's full. Get off of pay attention to the road or something. You know, the shitter's full scene. Yeah. So that's pretty.
Why'd you crash? Well, this T-Dot sign was real entertaining. I had to keep looking at it.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. All right, time to move into what's snapping your stick.
Bobby and Brandon are about to find out exactly what snaps their sticks.
All right. We didn't talk about it last week, but some news that I guess we should have talked about earlier is that hockey will now be allowing advertisements on the helmets, but they said just for this season as a tester. So, I mean,
forever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, forever.
So I'm sure the NBA said the same thing when they allowed it on jerseys.
Who cares?
But
doesn't matter.
There are people so irrationally mad about this that think that they're like, oh, well, I'm done watching hockey. It's like,
okay, see ya. We just got new advertising money, bro. We don't even need you watching.
Yeah, that's why we did it. But it's just wild that people get so angry about advertisements on helmets. Like, nobody cares about the ads on the boards, all the commercials while you're watching the game. Right. They'll get mad about that, and then
the ads on the free T-shirt they throw you. Yeah. Everything. The ads on the concession stands.
They'll be mad about that first commercial. Oh, that was a good commercial.
That was real nice there, buddy. So mine, I have coaches don't get their challenge back unless they win both challenges. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you challenge something and it turns out that the people that are supposed to know things are wrong, then why do I get punished for knowing that they were wrong? I just never have got that. You should get your challenge back. You should never run out of challenges. If you can challenge 150 plays and they're all are confirmed on your side, you should be able to keep challenging.
Yeah.
If the refs are that bad that they're continuously wrong over and over again, then why is somebody punished for it?
Yeah.
If you have two and you get one wrong, sure, you shouldn't get that one back. I mean, you stopped play for nothing.
Yeah.
But if you were right, it is absurd.
Do what hockey did. If you get a challenge wrong, there's a penalty.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of penalty.
Yeah. I super agree with that one. This one, people walking on the wrong side at places when it's very clear that it's a busy place and you should be walking on one side. Like if you're going one way and you need to be on the right side, but you are very purposely walking through traffic, pretty much, with a sea of people coming, you're making your life harder and everyone else's. Just stop being a contrarian, get on the right side, and guess what?
The problem is they don't know what that word means, Bobby. That's a little big for them. No, completely agree. My non-sports, the ball drop. Just being such a huge deal.
Yeah, no, listen, my wife hates the ball drop. She always falls asleep. She doesn't want to be up for it. I don't necessarily, it's not the ball drop. I kind of like watching the, I guess the stuff before. Like it's cool. Like they usually have some cool conversation with some celebrities. There's really nothing else going on. Usually
there's sports going on though.
Well, usually at midnight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching reruns, Bobby, at that time. No, but usually I've watched sports already. Yeah. I've already gotten into some drinking. I'm playing games.
Yeah. Now, listen, if it's just me at home, like for example, like now this year we're doing D&D, that we're hanging out the New Year's Day, but before COVID, usually it was a group. You're with a group of friends, you're hanging out, and usually it's on in the background.
Yeah, I'm okay with the background, but there are people that are shut up, the ball's dropping, the ball's dropping. Like, dude, chill out, Grace.
Especially we live in Tennessee, where guess what? We're watching
the music note, dude.
Yeah.
I do like the music note
Well,
dropping
I think
because
it's-
I've been there.
I think it's funny when
but-
people are watching the rerun of the ball drop and they're
Like
acting
they
like,
don't, it's like people that like videotape like fireworks. Like you're ever gonna watch
Yeah.
that video of your fireworks
Now, I will
again?
say that I do enjoy CNN's coverage of it because they give no fucks. Their people get shit faced on TV. Don Lemon goes to New Orleans and he's doing like, I think 2 years ago he was with some musician and he was like 10 shots deep and he's shit faced drunk
it's New Year's.
Yeah, and it's amazing. So now it's become a thing. At first it was like, oh, maybe he might get a slap on the wrist. CNN's like, no, man, go get shit faced.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was dope.
Guess what? The SEC they can't. That happened in 2020. They can't get you in trouble in 2021 about it.
All right.
All right, guys.
Short episode, man.
Yeah, short episode. Hope everyone had a great year. I know it could have been better, but let's make this year much better. So we'll see you guys next week.
Happy New Year. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Pucks Out Podcast. To see what other ridiculousness the guys are up to, check them out on Twitter and Instagram @PucksOutPod.